Hello, hello. Good morning. How are you? How is everyone today? It is Friday. It has been a hot minute since we have done a Friday stream. My apologies. My apologies. I am so sorry that I have not been able to be here for a Friday stream. That is we lost our puppy. Not that's not exact. He's not a puppy, he's a dog. And unfortunately, it turned out that he had cancer. And so yeah, he didn't make it. So that was very, very tough. I am and I have been completely out of sorts because of it lately. So yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I've just been doing my best to kind of ease back into things. So yeah, if I am a little bit off today, I'm sorry. It's because I am completely out of practice and I am just kind of dealing with that, but that's not where I want to go today. I wanted to be back today. I've already been off for 2 weeks. I wanted to come back today. I wanted to come back and make this up, have a great stream, set some goals, um, and just kind of, do what we do here. This is hilarious. I have literally lost my phone. I can hear it clicking and I want to put it on silent. I don't know where it is. This is just my life right now. This is just my life. I'm very absent-minded and I know that is part of the grief, but that it is what it is. It is what it is. We're doing this live. We're going to just go. Sometimes live stuff like this happens when you're live and it is what it is. So, hello, hi everyone. I'm sorry for the long meandering welcome, but I'm here now. I'm Terrell and this is Absolutely Studying. And I do not know why this is being so weird. Here on our Friday streams, we talk about some things that are coming up. Like today, I do want to talk about how to manifest good grades in 7 simple steps. We are also going to take the time out to actually sit down and set our weekly goals and get things started. So let's get focused. Let's get laser focused. Let's get into this. So it can be exhausting to try to get the grades you want. Many students work hard, many students work so hard, but they never seem to make any progress. Top students know that getting the grades you want is not a result of studying alone. So many factors contribute to academic success that it's impossible to list them all in one place. But one thing that is always ignored is mindset. I do find that a lot of people, if you don't get into that mindset of, I want to accomplish it, I am going to accomplish it, we are going to do this, it is so incredibly hard to actually like dedicate yourself to it and to get it done. So having that negative mindset is really going to hold you back from everything that you are capable of. Or as setting up the mindset, setting up the manifestation, that law of attraction is so important to actually achieving your goal, no matter how far away it is. So this is a mentality that will allow improved academic success that you can practice starting right now. When I talk about manifesting academic success, you might roll your eyes and believe like it's a bit strange. You might think that there's no way that you can just conjure excellent grades out of thin air. And you are right about that. There are many steps that you have to take in order to get the grades you want. But it all starts with mindset and allowing for that possibility for success to flow in to your life. Today, we're going to talk about breaking down those limiting beliefs and overcoming the self-sabotage so that you can get the best marks possible. If you are struggling to create a comprehensive study plan, don't forget to head down into the description box and pick up that free study planner printable. It's going to help you make a comprehensive study guide to actually get you the grades you want. Manifesting good grades requires a strategy. This strategy and this tracker can provide you that blueprint. So, what is manifestation and why does it matter? So, manifesting is simply the practice of projecting powerful, purposeful, aspirational thoughts into reality. You're actually going to conjure them from your mind and bring them into your reality. It follows the idea that anything you can dream of can become a reality. Manifesting is not magic. It is a stepwise process to pinpoint a goal or ambition and seek to attain it. This process takes both work and practice to become a reality. Some people confuse putting a goal out there into the universe with manifesting, and it's not the same thing. People who manifest will often do this with their goals. However, the process does not necessarily stop there. So they do put it out into the universe, but that's not the end of it. They don't just leave it there. Without the follow through, putting it out into the universe will likely not get you the desired results. So now we're actually going to go through a 7-step process of how exactly to manifest good grades. Now, I just wanted to let you know that there is I will link this article down in the description if you want to go back and check out any of these steps in a little bit more detail. And there is also a workbook that does go with it. You can see it, it's linked here on the article. And again, the workbook is just going to help you if you do need that extra little work through and support for manifesting those great grades. So now that we know a little bit more about manifesting and how it works, let's actually get started. So this is a step-by-step process and every step is crucial. So just make sure that you do complete each one with intention, with purpose. Do not skip them because you think they're lame and useless. I have shaved this down to 7 steps to make it as streamlined as possible. And each step serves a purpose. So make sure that you do every single one. This has to be completed in full if you actually want to get the best results. So the very first step is to actually sit down and get clear on what you want. The very first step is to get clear on your exact desired outcome. If this is your first time, you might want to start with something small. This is a great place to start if you want to get an A on your final exam or a term project. Whatever it is, get explicitly clear. Think about it long and hard and make a silent commitment to yourself that you will achieve it. So get very, very clear, get as specific as humanly possible with what it is that you want. Next is write it down and post it somewhere you can reflect on it every single day. So write your goal down in your planner or even on a piece of paper. Make it bright and bold. You want to see this goal every single day so that you can be reminded about what you're working towards. Don't shy away from it or hide it. It's essential that this goal is kept in the forefront of your mind at all times. If you forget about it or you let it fall by the wayside, you're going to fail. It's going to be too easy to ignore it and not take the steps needed to achieve it. And you're just going to put it off and you're going to start missing out on milestones, which is going to decrease your motivation to actually believe that you can achieve it. And that's how dreams fail. So having it somewhere that you see it every single day, talking about it, saying it out loud to yourself every single day, having it somewhere that you are going to look at every single day is really going to help you to make the steps necessary to make those individual steps to actually achieving it. Hiding your goals is one of the most common forms of self-sabotage. It's usually linked to a fear of failure. If you don't actually try to achieve this goal, you aren't really failing because you are choosing not to achieve it. You can do this, and it's okay to believe in yourself. Post your goal and remind yourself of it every single day about how badly you want to achieve it, about what it's going to mean to you to achieve it. I keep my goals in my planner, for example. And so at the beginning of the month, I set all of my monthly goals, I break them down, and then every single week on that page, I write down my weekly goals and what they are and what I'm going to accomplish in that specific week so that I can be laser focused on making progress in each specific week. The act of sitting down and planning your days, weeks, and even months subconsciously helps you to commit to these actions. The symbolic pledge makes it more likely that you will follow through with the required actions to achieve these goals. So by actually sitting down, and that's what we do in these weekly sessions, and that's what I always hope to do in these weekly sessions, is to actually sit down and take the time to set these intentional goals and to actually reflect on the progress we've made, the progress we plan on making, what we hope to achieve in the coming week. And those steps alone are going to really help you to make progress. They do go hand in hand with setting monthly goals, which is a little bit more of an audit and an intentional focus because those are the goals that help you actually get to your big yearly goals or and so on. And so just being intentional about your goal setting and achieving your goals and working towards them, making sure that you're auditing your progress regularly and making sure that you are making the progress that you need to make. And if you're not making the progress that you want to make, sitting back and reflecting on why and why you're not making progress and how you could be making more efficient progress, I guess the word is. But just making sure that you are auditing your progress and making sure that your expectations of your progress are realistic. Because again, you're going to have to sit down and you're going to have to make sure that the progress you're making lines up with the progress you want to make. And so there's going to be times when you are going to fall short and you're going to need to kind of reassess your progress and reassess your goals and think, am I not pushing myself hard enough? Am I self-sabotaging myself? Is it that I am expecting too much, or is it that I'm not putting in the effort? So being able to really sit down and be honest with yourself and check in on those goals and kind of audit them and reset them every week is going to go a long way in making sure that the progress that you're making is indeed on track. And we'll get a little bit more into that when we actually do our goals this afternoon or after we talk about this manifestation. Okay, so now make room in your life for success to grow. So this step is critical, but it's often skipped, and I can understand why. So don't make that mistake. Instead, make sure that you make room for your life for the success that you are asking for. The best way to do this is to declutter. This is both symbolic and the act of decluttering is symbolic in that you are removing this clutter, and it's going to kind of help you mentally to have a new beginning. This new, clean, airy feeling of the decluttering is going to help you to define this new beginning and help you to move forward. So the best way to do this is declutter. So you can try, if you have an overly cluttered desk, you can try cleaning off your desk. You can try organizing your binders. You can try cleaning your room. Another one that I love to do is unsubscribe from a whole bunch of spammy emails because they just clog up your inbox. So this clutter is blocking you and taking up space in your life. Our free study planner actually also has an organization checklist if you need to help you get started. You can also, again, you can download that in the description. If you do suffer from a chronically messy desk, try picking up a desk organizer. It'll help you create dedicated space for everything you need. It can take some getting used to, but it will make it easier in the long run. I have a desk organizer, I have an inbox, and it helps me keep a whole workflow system with my desk between my businesses and managing clients and managing classes. And so it helps because there is a definite start to my workflow, and anything that needs to be figured out can immediately go inside that inbox. And then I just have to go through, a couple times a week and organize and sort through my inbox. And that way my desk itself doesn't get too cluttered or disorganized because everything goes into the inbox. And then in order for it to come out, it has to go somewhere organized. Keeping an organized desk does have several benefits. You can check out that full guide here. So that's linked in the article. I'm going to leave that there for now. If you want to check it out, you can go and check that out there. So cleaning and organizing your physical space will allow room for you to receive what you're asking for. It will also permit you more room to breathe and energy to pursue your goals. So again, this is very symbolic. This is very much, I am making room in my life for these new things, these better things. And it is actually putting an end to the previous way of doing things. And now you have this fresh new beginning. Now, one thing that I do have clients that kind of get distracted by this step, and that is another form of self-sabotage. So I do find people who will sit there for weeks and months and just focus on this one step because this is a tangible step, and this kind of arresting in this step and freezing in this step. Again, it's self-sabotage because you're not moving forward. I'm not organized yet. What I would say to that is start with one symbolic organization. So either your desk or your bedroom or your spammy emails, and just do that there. Like just focus on that one act of decluttering, that one symbolic restart. And then if you need, as you go, if you need to do a second because you need a little bit more room or you don't have that feeling of a fresh start yet, go there. But just start with one, just commit to one, and then move on to the next step, which is to make a plan. So this is where things start to get serious. So now that you know what you want, you have made room to receive it, we need to understand how we are going to get it. So sit down and write out a detailed plan of exactly how you are going to reach your goal. Get as specific as possible. Every detail should be written down and categorized. So, for example, if this is your first time manifesting and you want to ace your exam, write down what you're going to study and list every single concept as detailed as possible. How are you going to study each idea? When are you going to study? How often are you going to study? How long will you study each concept, and so on? It is impossible to get too detailed in this plan, but again, don't get hung up on it because we still need time to execute it. The more detail you put into the plan, the more success you will get from it. And that's because the plan ahead, the steps you'll have to take to succeed are going to be clear and tangible, and you can do them. This planning stage is vital. And so you need to know the exact path you need to take to get those grades. This step is going to give you the map. So when you're doing that, make sure that you're putting all of these steps, you're blocking out time in your schedule to actually accomplish these things, and so on as well. Next, stay positive, and this comes back to mindset. It can be terrifying to chase your dreams. If you have visions of obtaining a 4.0 GPA or being accepted into a prestigious program, the fear only multiplies. Staying positive is essential because the negative feelings can set up shop and rot away at your prospects. I'm not saying that you have to be super upbeat and perky every second of the day because that's not realistic, but try to keep a positive outlook in general. There is such thing as toxic positivity, and that's not what I'm preaching here. I'm saying that you have to stay positive about your abilities. You have to stay positive about your prospects. You cannot dwell and delve into negative self-talk and not believe in yourself. If you want to achieve these things, you have to believe that they're possible. Negative self-talk is a dangerous habit to dabble in. It can take over, multiply, and damage your grades. It breeds anxiety and fear, and we don't want that. So instead, try to use positive affirmations to help you look at the bright side when you're down. You have to believe you can achieve this goal. So even if you doubt yourself at times, tell yourself that you can do it until you believe it. If you have a persisting depressed mood or negative plaguing thoughts, check out for your school's resources or with your doctor and discuss some options to help. It's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, and it's okay to not be okay. There are ways to access support when you need it. And that's so important. So if you are somebody who just cannot see the positive side of things, you cannot get out of that rut, it's okay. There's a lot of stigma around mental health. And sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it can be a vitamin deficiency or a hormone imbalance. So just head over to your doctor, head over to your school resources, and actually investigate, because when everything is great, when you do have all of the pieces working together, once you do have that balance in your life, whether it is to have a mental health counselor, whether it is to have to go on supplements, or just figuring out why it is that you cannot drag yourself out of that slump, you are going to feel so much better when you can actually balance and manage all of those feelings, all of those emotions, and not feel lesser than, and be able to pull yourself out of that slump. Next, don't expect exactly what you asked for to fall into your lap. And this is very interesting. This is a big brain concept. This is a little bit higher level. So you're going to find that sometimes what you ask for is repackaged with a different bow. You may not recognize it when you see it, but keep your eyes open because it just might appear. Maybe you don't get the exact mark you want on an assignment, but you get a fantastic participation mark. Or maybe you did great on a test. On the other hand, maybe you didn't do so well as you like in the lecture portion of the class, but you absolutely rocked in the exam. Keep your eyes open for convert ways your success could be manifesting. Words are hard sometimes. For example, if you aim to improve your grades, how you study will dictate how you improve. It may be that you're studying in a way that enhances your recall or practical knowledge on the subject. Note that and adjust as needed. So this is what I was talking about when I was saying to sit back, set your weekly goals, make that progress, but then still look back and audit your progress. So you might be wanting to do great on an assignment. Well, what you do in the steps is going to reflect how you learn and how you improve. So if you want to do really good on an assignment, but you end up doing a whole bunch of active recall exercises, you're actually probably going to be enhancing your ability for test taking because of the nature. Whereas sitting down and doing more research and writing and outlining and proofreading your assignment is going to get you a better mark on the assignment. So sometimes when you make that initial plan, what you're doing is you are training for the wrong sport. So you may intend to do really good on an assignment. You may want to do really good on an assignment, but the steps you take might strengthen your abilities in another area. So, and that can help with the lab too. Same thing with the active recall. You wanted to do really good on the lecture portion of the course. You wanted to start doing really good on the assignments. But again, if you're doing a lot of active recall activities, you're probably going to improve your skills in a more kinesthetic or activity-based or recall-based assignment. So that will really increase your marks in participation if the professor asks a lot of questions, or it will help you in lab because there you are actually actively using your knowledge. And you're going to depend more on recall in lab. So how you learn, how you execute your plan may not necessarily be optimal for your goal. And that's why it's important for you to sit back and audit your progress and the steps you're making and how you're improving and decide, is this something that I do want to move forward with? Like, is this path the path that I want to move forward with? Am I doing well on this path? Is this going to give me the desired result? Or should I tweak it and start looking in it at different directions? Should I be more interested in doing more research and stuff like that? So it might be that you set this tiny goal of getting a really good mark on this assignment because you didn't dare to believe that you could ace your exam. And then before you know it, you are just acing exam after exam. And so it's very, very important to look at how you are making progress and make sure that that progress is getting you towards your desired goal. And maybe the goal that you set for yourself was too small. Now, I would like you to remove self-limiting beliefs and self-sabotage. And we've talked about this a little bit, so let's get a little bit deeper. So don't get in your own way. If you don't open yourself up to the possibility of accepting what you ask for, you could miss out on the opportunity. One simple way to start is to just accept compliments. For example, if your professor tells you good job, just say thank you. Accept that compliment. Allowing them to give you praise for a job well done. You deserve that praise and you are worthy of it. You don't have to say it's nothing because it is something. Not allowing yourself to be praised or not accepting a compliment will only block your success. Take it in, eat it up. You are worth it, and you can replicate that success on a larger scale. I know that I've hit you with a lot of steps, and this process does take some time to work through. You're not going to be able to get through it in one day. So you can pick up again that Manifesting Good Grades workbook. It does help you track your progress, or make sure to bookmark and come back to this article again and again to make sure that you are making the progress that you need to take. But that worksheet does have all of the, that workbook does have all of the worksheets and templates that are going to help you to create and work through your plan. It's going to help you with accountability and to set up and to help you be able to see your plan through to completion. Okay, so I'm just going to rapid fire 5 quick tips for manifesting good grades. And these are just a few pointers that can help you to get the best results. So these are some questions that I've had asked by students in the past, and they will definitely help you with the process. So do you need to study? Yes, you still need to study. Manifesting good grades is not the same as a magic fairy flying down and changing your grades on your report card. You still need to put the work in to make this happen. Instead, manifesting helps to open you up to accepting your ability to get the great grades and the steps it's going to take. It's going to organize and help you to follow the steps that you need to take in that will stop you from getting in your own way. If studying is hard for you and you don't know where to begin, I do have resources available on the website that can help you create a plan. So now trust the process. Once you've started on this path, follow it through to completion. Do not stop and second guess yourself along the way. There is time as you set your weekly goals to audit your process and progress and adjust the plan. Do not stop and restart the entire plan. Follow your plan all the way to completion. Try your best not to take any shortcuts or get sidetracked. There are no shortcuts to success. You have to put in the work. Next, choose a positive affirmation to say to yourself. It's hard to stay positive every single day. As you know, I opened this live stream with, I went through a really tough couple of weeks, and my entire morning has just been, what are we going to do today? And if it doesn't spark some kind of joy, I've kind of put it off unless it needed to be done. Does it need to be done? Does it need to be done by me? And then does it bring me any joy? And so that's kind of how I've been living the last 2 weeks. I know that that's very reductive. And I know that not everybody can live like that. But right now, while I was working through my grief, that's how it is. You know, I had my dog for 10 years. And so he was very much a part of the family. And for him to be gone one day is very much leaves a hole. So it does take some adjustment. It does take some time to get used to. And so I have relied heavily on positive affirmations and self-care for the last couple of weeks. So it's hard to stay positive every day. And if you have trouble with it, try repeating some positive affirmations to yourself until you believe them. It might feel weird or unnatural at first, but you're going to it does get easier with practice. So just try it out. It doesn't have to be corny. My usual positive affirmation is actually quite brutal. So if use something that resonates with you specifically. If you are going to have trouble using one, you can always fall back on a saying from your favorite TV show. So mine is a saying from my favorite TV show. I love Grey's Anatomy. And my favorite positive affirmation, if that's what you wanted to call it, comes from one of the earlier seasons. And I remember somebody was sick and they didn't want to go into work or something like that. And another one of the characters just said to them, do you want to go to bed, or do you want to be a surgeon? And so that resonates with me, because sometimes I'm just unmotivated. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I need to get this done. Do I want to go to bed, or do I want to be a surgeon? And sometimes that's what I have to do. I also do have a good friend, and she reminds me a little bit of the Meredith and Christina old dynamic there, where they're like, okay, am I going to be supportive today, or do you want brutal honesty? And so sometimes I have to ask myself that, do I want a supportive affirmation, or do I want brutal honesty? And you can also just ask yourself that. Next, don't let minor setbacks get you down. Give it time. Everyone encounters bumps along the way. If you hit a minor setback, don't give up. You might find a tricky component or you might run out of time. Just keep pushing forward. Be relentless in the pursuit of your goals. Sometimes you have to keep pushing through the tough bits and you will find that it gets easier. So there are going to be weeks that you do not meet your goals. It happens to me all the time. I'm on here. That's one of the reasons why I'm on here and I'm so honest, is because there are weeks that I just completely blow through my goals and I'm amazingly productive. And there's other weeks where I come on here and I say, I didn't make it. I just didn't make it. I didn't make it because I was, sidetracked. I didn't make it because life got in the way. I didn't make it because I got lazy. And sometimes that's just the reality of life. So, but don't let 1 week stop you from achieving the life that you envision for yourself. Restate your intention every single day. So remind yourself every day that you are going to pass the test or whatever your goal is. It is so crucial that you say it out loud. Repeat it to yourself over and over and over again in the shower. Whenever you have a chance, chant your mantra. Put it out into the universe and say it. So then it can actually be real. Manifesting good grades is a process and you will have to work on it. Unfortunately, there will never be any shortcuts. So you have to commit to the journey. This process can be applied to anything you want in life, from choosing a career to making more money. Once you get good at manifesting, nothing can get in your way. So I'm skipping over this part. But again, if you need that tracker, head down into the description and grab that study tracker. It's just a tool that will help you to, it's a study guide template, so it can help you to create your study guide template. Or if you do want the full manifestation guide, you can also head over and grab that as well. Here, let me pull out. So let us open this. Let us zoom out a little bit. Let us new share. Where are we? We're right here. Let us new share. Okay. So this is the goal setting workbook. We're going to get through this real quick. We're going to go through, we're going to audit some goals. We are going to look at the progress we've made. And see how we are doing. So I need to grab my planner so that I can see what my goals are, what I'm doing, where we are going. Here, why are we not sharing? Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, so here we go. If you need a copy of this workbook as well, this is also free. It's linked in the description. You can just grab it. So let me head down to the weekly goals section. Okay, so what were last week's goals? Well, we're still on this week. It's a little bit early. I'm close. I'm close to achieving my goals. I'm not quite there. I have finished the last of my April content, and I am actually, after I finish here with y'all, I will be recording the May masterclass. I'm really excited about that. We are doing, I'm doing a masterclass on how to discover my learning style, not my learning style, your learning style. And that is for the Absolutely Studying Academy. I do have a membership that masterclass will be live in. If you are on my mailing list, you'll get a sneak peek of the introduction, and you could get information on how to join. But it's a whole other story. So were you able to balance the schedule? I fell short this week. I actually ended up going into the pharmacy um, quite a bit this week, just to be closer to friends, to go work a little bit closer with friends and acquaintances. I generally do most of my work from home, but I think I was a little bit lonely this week. So how many were you able to complete? I completed one of my goals. The other two, I will finish the one today. So I will be short on the third goal. And that was just to get some more of my May content done. So where did you find yourself falling short? Just with time and energy. I did not devote the time that I normally do to my tasks, and so they didn't get done. What worked? Um, this week, again, I think I mentioned it already. I was very much in a point where I was like, I just want to be happy and I just want to do what I feel like doing. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time or put a whole bunch of effort into things that I'm going to hate doing. And so I didn't. And I think that this week was more of a week directed towards self care and patience than it was to progress. And I am okay with that. What went wrong? Oh, I've already discussed that I don't want to make this entire stream about losing my pup. And was it avoidable? No, no. Punk's been sick for a little while, so I think that it was it was not avoidable, and I would not do anything. I wouldn't do anything differently. I think that I gave myself grace, and I think that that is the most important thing that I can expect from myself is to give myself grace and to be patient with myself while I work through the emotions of losing my pupper. So what are my goals for next week? I want to finish, I will be editing the masterclass. I will be working again on May content. And I think that that's the big thing is I don't think I'm going to put too much more on myself. I think I'm going to give myself another week to kind of more slowly work. And once I start hitting my goals again, once I kind of come out of the depression or the slump, if I if you've been following me, you know I had a lot of loss this year, and I know that it kind of wanes and your productivity and your ability to take on more just kind of slowly comes back. And so until that happens, I'm just going to give myself grace, and I'm just going to allow myself to work with the amount of attention that I have. And we're going to do the best we can with what we have. How do these goals help me with the big picture? Well, they help me by helping you. And that at the end is the big thing. I'm here because I want to be here. I don't have to be here. I could be at the pharmacy hanging out with the pharmacist and my friends and checking in on the other businesses. I could be, playing video games, but I choose to be here because I love being here. I love helping you guys. I love the community that I've built here, and this is what I want to do. So this is why I'm here. And so helping these goals that I'm working towards in the next week are going to help me to make great content for you guys. And how will you reward yourself if you meet these expectations? Um, I plan on rewarding myself every day, regardless, again, with just grace and kindness and making sure that I am not pushing myself too hard. And so I'm not actually planning on giving myself a specific reward this week. I'm just going to continue to kind of try and live my best life. So that is that. I always love to see and hear all of your goals. So if you have goals, make sure that you do leave them down in the comments. If you don't want to leave them down in the comments, you can 100% leave them. You can definitely leave them in the DM me on Instagram. Oh, this is the braining moments. I have obviously hit the end of my attention span today, so I'm gonna have to sign off and go take a little break, have a little stretchy stretch before I get into um recording my masterclass. I need to get some energy up, but I enjoyed being here. I will cannot wait to see you again next week when we dive into our next masterclass, or not masterclass, our next goal setting live stream. I'm here every Friday and I hope you are too. Until then, I hope you have an amazing adventure.